Hello, welcome back. It's so good to see you guys and be back on this space. As most of you are probably aware of, I took a couple months hiatus that was a little bit unplanned, but happened broadly for two reasons. One is that my laptop started struggling really hardcore, and the second more exciting reason is that I had a baby. Now, most of you are probably aware of this, and if you're a part of the Discord, you've been seeing pictures of my daughter Annie on the daily, pretty much. I post a lot of pictures of her. So if you're interested in babies and also just want to join a really nice community, I will leave the Discord link down below. So even when I'm not posting on YouTube or streaming on Twitch, I'm on Discord pretty much every day. So it's pretty easy to find me there. I have thought about sharing my birth story with you guys, but I've kind of gone back and forth as to whether or not I actually want to video it, considering how horribly traumatic the birth actually was. It was pretty bad, and Annie was in the NICU for 2 weeks, but she is home now. We are both safe and happy and healthy and just really enjoying life as a new family of 3 or 5? 6. There's 6 of us. Not all humans. We have 2 cats and a dog. Yeah, you guys probably know about the dog. But anyways, so I am really excited to jump right back in. So let's go ahead and get started. Welcome back to the Decades Challenge. It's 13:15 in Henford-on-Bagley, and we have Ildibad and Aureliana here having a chat. They've been really, really close for, honestly, the last couple episodes, I think. We also have John just in general being remarkably smelly and eating in the bedroom while his siblings chat. But last episode, we had a bit of a wedding and 2 births. The first child, Auden, did pass away from infant mortality rates. And so we do kind of, re-enter Henford-on-Bagley on a bit of a sad note. Although all of the morning moodlets have passed and things have calmed down significantly. Now, we have entered the Great Famine, which takes place between 1315 and 1317. So what this means is during this period, we cannot grow any crops. So that's not going to go well. We also have to sell all of our livestock. Oh God, this is gonna be so bad. That's because we can no longer feed or care for them. Great. Food is scarce, so you can only feed your Sims 1 meal a day, although they can drink as much water as they like. And then in 1317, we will roll a d8 for each of our Sims to see who lives and who dies. So things are looking properly traumatic for us as we move forward. So let's go ahead. We're gonna just debug, destroy all of our plants. We're gonna have to sell our cows and stuff, although if I'm being honest, I think I forgot to sell the cows. For our 1 meal a day, we are essentially doing gruel in this household because we have no other ingredients primarily. We have some things already in the fridge and some things in our inventory, but honestly, not that much. We really heavily relied season by season on the stuff that grew in our garden and the stuff that we raised. So you can see that Ildibad here is pretty enraged. I don't know why he is so angry. I'm also a little bit concerned. Can he die from being enraged? I honestly don't know. Emotions in this game stress me out tremendously. But I do actually really appreciate the chaos of it. So honestly, I don't totally mind. Although when John is out in the middle of a thunderstorm, I do get a little bit worried that he is going to be struck by lightning and die, because that is properly the luck of this entire Wortham household. We have Briar, our good old friendly ghost, hanging out with us a little bit, reading next to the kids while they sleep, just kind of checking in on everyone. We also have this ghost named Sharon, who is kind of romancing Briar. So we have a little bit of a ghost romance that's been happening and continues to happen and probably will still happen throughout the next several episodes unless we lose their spirit. It's kind of weird considering the fact that her previous husband, you know, lives in the house she's haunting, but well, he did remarry, so I guess it's just kind of fair game at this point. Oh, great. Gretchen dislikes handiness too. Okay. So now we have both Adric, the father, and the stepmother, Gretchen, both of which hate handiness. So nothing is going to get done around the house. Thank goodness for the children, honestly, because I don't think any of this stuff would get taken care of if it were just Adric, because he hates gardening, cleaning, and handiness. So that's not exactly going particularly swimmingly. We have a little bit of pie for dinner. I decided to go with a pie, like some, I think they're hand-raised pies, because, you know, we'll have a bit of leftovers. It'll be good. It's probably like pigeon pie or something like really properly impoverished. Honestly, I'm not actually sure what Adric does in this household, but it doesn't appear to be a whole lot because the kids seem to be running everything. The kids are doing all of the laundry. Oh, and I forgot to mention, Gretchen is actually pregnant and about to go into labor. So let's go ahead, let's send her over and have this baby and pray to the sim gods, the kiwis above, that this baby survives infant mortality. I'm not optimistic, but I'm hopeful. I am very hopeful. So let's see what she has. Okay, it's another boy because this family has tons of boys. And we're going to name him Shaywin? Shaywin. I think it's pronounced Shaywin. You can correct me if any of you know much about medieval pronunciation. But until then, we'll call him Shaywin. Halfway through the Great Famine, we now enter 1316. Still, I have forgotten to sell any of our chickens and cow, so they're just kind of existing here, and they appear to be kind of sad. I don't know why. But Aureliana is doing a lot of the laundry around the house, thank goodness for her. Ildibad takes a little bit of time to do some woodworking. We really kind of would love to have some woodworking done so we can get a little bit more furniture. As you can see, we just don't have a lot. So Shaywin has aged up. He is a toddler and he gets the silly trait, so that should be really fun to play with. Now let's go ahead and get him all medievalized and out of this little fox outfit, although it is very cute. And I will say I have just caught up on what is going on in the Sims 4 world with the new expansion pack that's about family gameplay, so I am really excited to see if that incorporates really well into our game, although I'm not really sure if it will. So we'll just give him some slightly rosy cheeks, just, you know, cute little toddler vibes. And there we have it. So we have Shaywin. Perfect. We do need a couple toddler items because, as you can see, we have absolutely nothing. We do have a little set of stacking blocks though, but oh my gosh, look how cute this child is. I am a little bit worried about feeding the toddler like only once or twice a day, given that we're only allowed to make one meal a day. So we really need to be careful about how many Sims we actually have in the family right now. I'm a little worried, guys. I'm a little worried. Gretchen and Aureliana, they started off on kind of a bad foot, I would say, but they have started to develop a little bit better of a relationship. I think it just kind of started off poorly because Aureliana didn't want to see her mother replaced. But she's doing pretty happy now and honestly is not too bad. Oh my gosh. Why are you mortified? Why are... No. Are you serious? So Ildibad just died. I don't know where his tombstone is. Great. Wonderful. So wonderful. All right. Well, it's about time we start thinking about perhaps pairing off John, considering the fact that this generation is literally just dying like flies every 24 minutes. So I kind of hope that maybe he gets along with this Bjergsen girl. They get along pretty well, but she then, after this meeting, completely disappears into The Sims 4 Ether and is somehow culled out of the neighborhood. I don't know how that happened. I don't know where she went. But also, she looks really sad and doesn't seem to be super interested in John. Yeah, she's also very sad. I don't know if she was here when Ildibad died or what, but oh no, maybe don't swear at her. That is just not how we romance other Sims. So it's no wonder this is going poorly. Aureliana also ages up into a preteen. We are still using the preteen mod, so I think everyone, including John, is still a preteen. So I won't be marrying John off until he's a proper teen. Just trying not to make it too weird, but in the medieval era, it wouldn't be entirely irrational to have him marry at that young of an age, considering the mortality rates. But we're not going to do it for the sake of modernity, you know? We're gonna sweep that one under the rug. So she starts to kind of become friends with the Bjergsen girl. It's really a shame that she just properly up and vanishes, because I think her and Aureliana have a little bit better of a time than she does with John. You can also note that I have completely forgotten her first name, which now isn't a big deal, but it's a little frustrating. She's a really cute Sim, though. It's honestly such a shame. But it is nice to see them have some friends at the very least. John continues working on some woodworking and develops a little skill at it. You can see by the way that he is just wielding his knife that he is not very good at it yet, but you know what? It's a start, and I would love to get some more chairs. And okay, I'm a little worried about the fact that he is constantly angry. Like, will he die from being enraged? I don't know. Aureliana is helping out a lot with Shaywin. I don't know why Gretchen is doing like none of the child rearing, but Gretchen doesn't exactly seem like the most capable mother. I'm not sure if we potentially have a little bit of a situation with postpartum depression. Especially if we think back to last episode, she lost her first son, Auden. So having a second son, who honestly looks a lot similar to Auden, is probably a little bit traumatizing. So we're gonna give her a little bit of space to mourn, a little space to grieve, and maybe not judge her yet. Although as Shaywin continues to age up, if she's still a little bit of an absentee parent, we might have to reevaluate our takes on her. But at the very least, she does the cooking and most of the handiness around the house, although now that she has developed a distaste for handiness, I don't know who is going to be doing it. Probably John. Although John is lazy, so John would probably just not repair it. We do have a little bit of money saved up. We have nearly 700 simoleons, which is really good because eventually we're probably going to need a few more rooms to the house. Although, to need more rooms in the house, we would need more Sims. And we are really struggling to actually keep Sims alive at this point. So Aureliana here is pretty much the mother figure for Shaywin. As you can see, Shaywin's kind of following her all over the place. We do send Gretchen to the store. So I think this is part of one of the like yield cookery mods or something like that. It might be a different mod. Please forgive me if I am getting my mods confused. But really, we're just buying meat because we can't afford much else. Oh, Aureliana likes knitting. That's actually really sweet. Oh, she's going through a rebellious phase. Awesome. That's what we need. That is totally what we need. The mother figure in the house going through a rebellious phase. This family is struggling. And hi, Lilith. You just gonna die on our lawn there? Dickensian sicknesses, guys. Dickensian sicknesses. They hold no prisoners whatsoever. Oh, it's so bad. I mean, look at all of these tombstones. We just have like a line of tombstones in front of the house, and we're just going to have another, and they're just getting left there. So that's really great. We have this poor girl come over one more time. Maybe she doesn't disappear. Am I confusing her with a different sim? I might be. Well, listen, guys. I've had this episode recorded for roughly like 6 months at this point. Whenever I stopped posting, I had already had this done and completed. So it's kind of a surprise to me as it is to you. But that's okay. She's in a much better mood. She's actually playful and she's wearing pink. She's a little happier. It's really sweet to see. And, you know, maybe there is a chance for these two. I'm not going to, you know, have high expectations. Shaywin, instead of playing in the little kiddie pool that we have over there, is playing in the pond. Which, you know what? Go for it. It's cute. We've got some little fireflies. All right, 13:17. Dawn breaks on a new day, and it is the last year of the Great Famine. We haven't done too poorly, which is really nice. Really, really nice. I was honestly expecting someone to die of hunger, but we haven't appeared to have that issue. Oh, empty bubbles. Okay, that's great. John continues to work on woodworking. Eventually, maybe he could open up a shop, you know, assuming that shops actually worked in The Sims 4. John is starting to take up some of the cooking in the house. Thank goodness, because Gretchen is off just doing Gretchen things. And when I go in here to, you know, start selling some stuff out of our inventory to get a little extra money, I find Ildibad's grave. So that's really exciting. We can actually finally put his grave outside next to all of the other tombstones. And it's at this point where I realize maybe our little home graveyard situation is a little bit silly in how large it's getting. We have, what, 6 Sims there? So it is All Souls Day once more. I do go in and I kind of change the settings for the calendar so things take a little bit longer, because I do feel like the holidays are just kind of, you know, rushing by. So if you play the Decades Challenge, I would recommend that you tweak the calendar settings a little bit, because Shaywin is basically starving, so that's not great. Gretchen, we find outside once more. What is happening over here? What is that? It's the town pub owner just doing some push-ups in a pile of leaves. So I decide it's finally time we get a proper cemetery going. I wish that there were a better mechanic for this in The Sims 4, but it's really not. I honestly really miss the Sims 3 cemetery situation. I would love for that to happen again. It just, like, I don't know, it feels also more modern. So 13:18 arrives, and with it the final end of the Great Famine. What a relief. We have cows, we have food, and literally on the first day, the first thing I do is I send Gretchen to buy some produce, because we have not had produce in like 3 years, and I feel really bad. And my gosh, like, can you imagine the vitamin deficiencies? It had to be horrible. So let's just like see what we can get. I get pretty much everything I can find, like a couple of each item. And we're going to refill our garden plot situation here. Listen, I made the executive decision to cheat a little bit. I know that the Great Famine is over and we are supposed to roll to see who dies from it, but we already had a family death during the Great Famine, so I am going to say that maybe we attribute Ildibad's death to the Great Famine instead of being wildly over-emotional over I don't even know what. For the purists out there who want me to follow all the rules, I'm sorry. I don't trust the rolls. at this point. I know they will do me so much harm. So I don't want to deal with it. I really don't. So we have Gretchen and Aureliana out back doing all of the gardening. As you can see, Harvest Fest has come back once more. We have this Bjergsen girl come back over, and she is missing some interactions. We definitely have a mod. Oh my gosh. Guys, I haven't opened The Sims 4, the game itself, in so long. I'm afraid of all the mods I'm going to have to update. A fire? Are you serious? John, where is the fire? Okay, so this could potentially be kind of bad. I'm pretty sure I have a mod that is for more deadly fires. So I believe what's going to happen is the fire is going to sweep through the house much quicker. And oh, autonomous fire retardant. Okay, we're gonna have to figure out what to do with this, because I don't want them using fire extinguishers in the medieval era. So if any of you know any good mods that would fix this, please let me know. Aureliana is continuing to level up in her knitting, and hopefully she can maybe start selling some of her knitworks. I don't know, that would be really great. Harvest Fest arrives, and with it the gnomes of chaos around the house, cursing our Sims and probably going to try and electrocute them. Wouldn't that just be fun if they would die from electrocution? That's definitely what we need. Aureliana and her father have a nice little thankful moment together. You know, they've been through quite a lot. Like, her and John and Adric have really been through the ringer with their family. They have seen so many Sims die. A famine. I mean, it has been utterly miserable for them. John is also a really great older brother. He is reading to his sibling and also becomes a teenager with very little fanfare. So finally, it might be time to maybe start thinking about getting John married, whether that's to the Bjergsen girl or someone else. I don't know. We will have to wait and see, I suppose. That'll probably be something that happens next episode. And look at this, a nice meal. There's vegetables on the plate. What a joy. There's a little bit more of a free-spirited happiness around the house as the garden is full, the fridge is stocked, and everyone is finally happy. So I will see you guys next episode. Now, I have a new computer. It is my first gaming desktop PC, and I am so excited about it, and it's so much more powerful than my old laptop. So you will hopefully notice a bit of a quality jump, quality boost in some of the videos, I would hope. If not, you know what? Don't judge me. All right, so I will see you guys next time. Hopefully we will start amping up the second season of my Victorian Sims Challenge for The Sims 2. So now is a good time if you want to go back and rewatch it. I know there are some people in the Discord who are currently rewatching it, so you'd have people to talk about it with in the Discord. So I will see you guys later. Bye.